Hello, YouTubers. This is Robert Brizendine5, and thank you for joining me again for another Magic the History. In this episode, it may be a little bit longer because I'm going to do it by the books. I'll give you the to do the Brothers' War in one sit would take me like I don't know, maybe 40 minutes to an hour. It's so in depth, and if anyone has read the books. I mean, there's 4 books, so we'll do it book by book. But what I've done is I've written up a timeline of the Brothers' War itself. It's kind of just a brief timeline. If there's stuff missing and that I omitted, I'm sorry. It's just stuff that I wrote from memory type thing and wrote it down. So we have, and it's Argavian Reckoning is the time, I believe. It's AR. So it'll start at 0 AR with the birth of Urza. So at 0 AR, it's actually yeah, this is kind of funny. At the time of the brothers, in 0 AR, Urza and Mishra are born. Urza was born first, and at the end of 0 AR, Mishra was born. 20 AR, the brothers are apprenticed to Tokasia. Or I'm sorry, 10 AR. So they were 10, they were apprenticed to Tokasia. 12 AR, Urza and Mishra's father dies. 16 AR, Urza and Mishra discover the remains of an ornithopter. 20 AR, the brothers and Tokasia discover the caves of Koilos, in which the portal to Phyrexia is enclosed. The brothers split the Power Stone by accident. Conflict between the brothers rises, with Tokasia caught in between. She dies when hit by energy beams from the stones. Mishra flees into the desert and is enslaved by Falagi nomads. Urza becomes the apprentice clockmaker in Krug. Things like the Amulet of Krug and stuff like that. In 21 AR, Urza marries the Princess of Yosha, or Yodia. There was an old card called the Yoshan Soldier. It was like a clockwork ant-looking creature. It was weird. If I could find one. I have one. It's a funny-looking creature. Mishra gains control over a Phyrexian dragon engine and becomes the Phalagi's head wizard. 23 AR, Tanos and Ashnod are apprenticed to Urza and Mishra respectively. So now we're entering 2 other main characters, like if anyone's familiar with Magic cards, there's the Candelabra of Tanos. And then you've got like Ashnod's Transmogrant, Ashnod's Altar, stuff like that. Ashnod was the apprentice to Mishra, so that's why his stuff was more like, I guess, twisted and evil, because Mishra ended up becoming twisted and evil. And then same with Tanos, he was apprenticed to Urza. So, Corlisa, Argive, Yosha, and Falaj meet in a peace conference in Corlys. This ends in disaster. The warlords of Yosha dies, leaving Urza in charge. Mishra recruits more dragon engines from Phyrexia. The priests of Gix leave their monastery for Koilos. 27 to 28 AR. A new peace conference in Krug also ends disastrously, and is the official beginning of the Brothers' War. So the Brothers' War starts in around 27 AR. Krug is destroyed by dragon engines. The Quadir of the Falige is killed. Mishra is appointed the new Quadir. Gix enters Dominaria. So now we're entering another character. Gix is he was one of the first praetors of Yawgmoth. So the 28 through 64 DR. So the Brothers' War goes on for a long time. The Brothers' War rages on. In 28 through 64 AR, the Brothers' War rages on. The Cathalian family joins Mishra's side of the battle. In 29 AR, Harbin is born, another famous figure in Magic history. In 33 AR, the Third Way is established to the Tessirian city, but is infiltrated by the Brotherhood of Gix. 34 AR, Feldon uncovers the Golgarthian Silex. So there's another major character, if anyone's familiar with Feldon's Cane. 35 AR, Argive and Corlys effectively unite. Urza is appointed Lord Protector of the Combined Kingdoms. So, 38 AR, the Combined Kingdoms invade the liberate Yosha. Yosha is subsumed into Argive and Corlys. 39 to 42 AR, Urza's forces press towards Tomakul, where Mishra is situated. The forces are routed 10 miles from the city. Tanos is captured by Mishra. I don't remember how long I wrote this. I just kind of sat and went through and picked out pieces. 43 AR, Ashnod helps Tanos to escape. The Brotherhood of Gix discover this and persuade Mishra to banish him. Ashnod leaves for Almaaz. Tanos returns to Argive. Harbin begins training as an ornithopter pilot. Mishra's forces begin to attack Teresia City. In 44 AR, the Gixians betray the Third Path. Teresia City falls. Hercule is killed. Drafna, Felden, and Lauren flee. Lauren is later captured by Ashnod, who takes the Golgothian Silex. 55 AR, Harbin discovers Argoth. 57 AR, Gix lures Urza and Mishra to Argoth. The brothers strip the island of its resources during their battles. 64 AR, the final battle of the Brothers' War takes place. Gix makes all of the artifact creatures in both armies go berserk. During the battle, Ashnod hands the Silex to Tanos before she is killed by Gix. Tanos gives it to Urza. Mishra is revealed to have been altered by Phyrexian constructs. Urza activates the Silex. The blast obliterates Argoth, turns Urborg into a swamp, and sends all of Dominaria into an ice age. Urza ascends the Shard of the 12 Worlds Urza ascends. The Shard of the 12 Worlds begins to form. Gix and his minions retreat to Phyrexia. In the aftermath of the war, Argive, Yosha, Yomuk, Mount Piri, and Corliss collapse. Almaz is the only city-state in Terrasier to remain intact. The Dark Age begins. So if anyone is familiar with any of that stuff, they kind of follow it in a way. Even though the Brothers' War stuff was written after these sets came out, so after Alpha and Beta and, the Dark and whatnot, they had Ice Age. The Dark led up to the Ice Age, so it's kind of like when Rome fell, we had the Dark Ages. For some reason people couldn't figure anything out anymore when the great Romans fell. But so when after the Brothers' War, you had the Dark Ages, and then after the Dark Ages came the Ice Age. So it's very interesting, and bear in mind that's just a brief timeline of everything. So I may have mentioned names that I will get to in later videos that people are just like, oh, who are these people and where are these places? And Gix and Ashnod starts out to be like a bad guy, but she eventually does kind of turn around. There's another, what's her name? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She was a Phyrexian sleeper agent, but she doesn't get introduced until later. Gix kind of hangs out for a while, so he's a nasty. He's like a mix of all the Praetors from New Phyrexia. He's just a nasty SOB if you read the books. Before the Phyrexians made it to Mirrodin, they solely existed on black mana. So, they were just some nasty SOBs. The Phyrexians seemed a little bit more... Well, you saw it in New Phyrexia, the Sheldred and her little clique of people. That's how the Phyrexians really used to be, and then you got all the other ones now, which is actually kind of cool that they did that. So, so that's a brief timeline of things. Just to keep these videos short, the next one I will talk of the Brothers' War itself in the first book. So thank you for watching. Please rate and comment down there and subscribe up there. And come back again for the next video. It'll be coming right up after this one. And until next time, this has been Robert Brizendine 5 with Magic the History.